Hello, YouTube. This is Chris with Expert Almost Services. Hopefully, the audio is a little bit better in this video than it has been the last couple videos. I forgot to switch the. I'm using a PX. What is it? PX24, I believe. It's got the little headset thingy on it to where you can control. It's got a little control box, and on the side you can switch it to Xbox One, PS4, or PC Mobile. And I forgot to switch it over to PC Mobile when I was using the record on my laptop. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. This video is going to be a little bit long. I'm going to try not to make it very long, but as you can see at the screen here, what the topic's going to be, it's going to be about Big Brother. It's also going to be not just Big Brother you have to watch out about, and some people have found this out the hard way. It's other people. You never know who's filming you, when they're filming you, why they're filming you. I mean, um, there's a such thing as called wiretap law, and there's also a couple other laws supposed to protect us from being filmed illegally. But and you'll hear part of that in one of the videos, and I'll break it down. I got a couple videos I'm going to show you, a couple websites I'm going to break down. So let's get into it. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, and I see you guys at the end because I'm also going to be putting some pictures up of how Twitter is showing their Big Brother card, which they do all the time, but now it's getting really bad. Um, so here we go. Let's get into it. Uh, I Googled what is Big Brother. Uh, so we get here Big Brother. Big Brother is a personal organization exercising total control over people's lives. And that's it exactly in a nutshell what Big Brother is. Big Brother is, uh, most people know Big Brother as the government, the elite, the powers that be. But also, Big Brother is people that record you without your knowledge, that listen to you without your knowledge. They're part of Big Brother. They may not even know it, but they're doing exactly the same thing as Big Brother does. And in my opinion, even if you're not part of something, if you are mimicking that group, you are just like them. And what they do as far as the elite go is it's subliminal message. It's part of the subliminal messaging. And what they're doing is notice here, Big Brother, because people are getting more and more aware of what Big Brother is. And so what they do is they put out stuff like this, Big Brother, so that subconsciously when people hear Big Brother, and I hear this all the time, when I say, "Do you know who Big Brother is?" They say, "Oh yeah, it's a TV show." And if you look, what is Big Brother? A lot of it pulls up Big Brother's TV show. So here's a CNN report. I will put the link to this in the description so you can watch this video here. This talks about video gaming, part of Big Brother, but this is put out by CNN. Now, yes, I don't agree and believe everything CNN says, but the elite, what they do, or people tied in with the elite, is they will put out the truth within the lies. So they will put out stuff to make themselves look like they're credible or believable when they're actually not. So this was back in December 2013, so a few years ago. And it says on Monday, the world's leading technology companies, including Google and Microsoft, published an open letter to President Obama and Congress demanding reform of the U.S. privacy law to restore the public's trust in the internet. Okay, Google's lapdogs for the government, and so is Microsoft. Bill Gates sold out a long time ago for to the government. Anyway, this comes after what seems like an endless series of revelations about the government surveillance from the secret documents leaked by Edward Snowden. Now, whether you like Edward Snowden or not, or agree with him or not, I actually want to watch the movie about him, about it, and he was pretty much asked to join the CIA. I think it was the CIA, and then he come to find out, and he started seeing things, and he started asking questions, and he snuck information out, and he leaked it, and now he's in big trouble for doing so. But anyway, let's start with the latest American and British spies have gone into online fantasy games. They say games, but up there at the video it says game. to snoop on players and to see if militants are communicating with each other, dressed as elves and gnomes. They're filming you, dark matter? Really? People are dressing up like you. Sorry about that, guys. I had to do that. Last week, I love you, dark. Last week, the Washington Post reported the National Security Agency is collecting billions of records a day to track location of mobile phones users around the world. And we learned recently that the NSA hacked fiber optic cables and infected 50,000 networks with malware. The NSA, they said it right here. The NSA hacked fiber optic cables and infected 50,000 networks with malware. Think about that, guys. And look at the video I just put out yesterday. And people are saying it's a virus, and it very well could be, but it also is part of Big Brother, I feel. And that right there kind of proves that you got the NSA affecting hacking fiber optic cables and affecting 50,000 networks with malware. Malware is a virus. Think about that. If you haven't seen the video I put out yesterday, please go watch it. Big Brother spying is happening on a scale we can never imagine. The new awareness of promoted people, even those with nothing to hide, who support broad, I can't even talk, surveillance for national security reasons, to try to regain some control over the online privacy. According to the Fall Pew report, 86% of people have taken steps online to remove or mask their digital footprints. Another study concluded that 64% of internet users concerned about privacy have taken action to protect themselves in direct response to the NSA PRISM program. The NSA PRISM program. Okay? Revelations of the NSA spying even contributed to President Obama's approved rating sinking to new lows. Okay? Americans are worried that they have lost control of their personal data and the atmosphere of the anxiety and mistrust. People are adopting privacy solutions in unprecedented numbers. Okay, like I said, I'm getting tired of people when I mention Big Brother, they think I'm a tinfoil hat wearer, and this is nowhere near the information that I've seen. I've researched this shit for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. They either think it's a joke because they think of Big Brother, the TV show, or they think it's a joke because of you need to be wearing a tinfoil hat, the conspiracy nut. You're a conspiracy theorist. No, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I believe in conspiracy facts. Just because you believe in conspiracies don't mean you're a nut. If the facts are there to back up what you're saying, then you're not it's no longer a theory anymore. It's a fact. Okay. For example, Silent Circle, a globe encrypted communication company that provides secure phone and text solutions, have experienced explosive 400% growth. My company disconnected anonymized more than 3 million search queries in the first 30 days after launch. And sites like Prism Break are becoming popular destinations to learn about ways to protect your online privacy. Now, listen to this one, guys. It is hard not to feel that we have lost much control when secret laws and new technologies empower governments and a handful of giant companies to secretly track, analyze, and record virtually every detail about any of our lives, even leaders of the world, superpowers, without suspicion. See, they throw that even the leaders of the superpowers because they're saying to me, they're saying the superpowers are the ones that are doing it, the elite. They're trying to say, and they're being uh, they're covering their own ass. They're saying, see, these guys are getting hit too. It's not necessarily it's not coming from them. They're being hit too, which they're not. Unless it's people trying to expose them. Anyway, without suspicion, it appears that untold millions of us have or will be subjected to unconstitutional, can't even speak, search and seizures of most personal information. No wonder many people believe that the NSA actions violate our privacies. Even when a even what's even scarier is that the government spy programs, see right there, the government spy programs are rapidly expanding. For example, and significant progress is being made to improve and to approve the use and capabilities of video surveillance. Law enforcement agencies are partnering, with technology firms to create video surveillance system capable of facial recognition. Now remember that facial recognition because I'll get back to that later about the PS4 and the Xbox One and stuff like that. Okay, and the airports are doing it now and all kinds of shit. Scanning license plates, and detecting radiation levels emitted by your cars. Why is your car putting off radiation? First of all, think about that one. That's a slow way, in my opinion, to give us cancer without us knowing it. It says right here, detecting radiation levels. Anyway, in New York City, Michael Bloomberg, I don't really care for Michael Bloomberg, but a joint NYPD Microsoft project and suggested that within 5 years will be 24/7 video surveillance of the entire city on Big Brother. On Big Brother. Bloomberg said, "Get used to it," and that's why I don't like Bloomberg. He's with the elite. Okay. The government is also the government is also upgrading its ability to process and store a new a new I can't even talk enormous amount of data it is acquiring. Now remember that too. Enormous amount of data they are acquiring because we're going to be talking about Google Glass in a minute. Okay? Well, not necessarily an exact minute, but anyway. During the summer when Snowden disclosures were sending shockwaves around the world, US taxpayers paid a brand new 1.2 million data can't even talk farm that will serve as an NSA external hard drive designed specifically to improve data encryption, storage, and processing effort. Meanwhile, consumers trust their companies can and will protect their personal information has been dealt a major blow as evidence emerged that the NSA collect information at will from Google and Yahoo data hubs. See, Google willingly, and so does Yahoo, willingly allows this because they are part of the elite. That's what I keep saying in my videos. They are part of the elite. Google is owned by YouTube, or Google owns YouTube rather. That's why YouTube mirrors Google and Google mirrors the government because they are in bed with each other, and so is Yahoo. That's why these attacks, these cyber attacks, keep happening to Google and Yahoo, is because they are allowing it. How are these multi-billion-dollar firms allowing this? Okay, data hubs without these companies' knowledge. That yeah, whatever. That's a lie. And that 9 leading internet companies providing the government access to directly to use information as part of their PRISM program. So it comes to no surprise that 58% of people don't trust the internet companies to protect privacy. Tech leaders have been publicly acknowledged that news about PRISM has put their brand trust to a far greater extent than any previous uproar over privacy violations. We can assume any company can protect us from government snooping. We can't assume, I'm sorry. So until existing laws change, we have to focus on controlling what we can. It is possible that over time, consumers will increasingly avoid or limit sharing personal information. Companies that collect huge silos of personal data may be viewed as unattractive as sources of internal the government can easily and secretly tap into, especially if they're in bed with the government. They could see Google and Yahoo are two companies, and YouTube that willingly hand over that hand over all of our personal information without question. Still, there is no. Still, their point is well taken. The government must change surveillance laws to avoid destroying our trust and current internet economy. Okay, check it out. Here in California, we have what's called a wiretap law and privacy law, um, to where you cannot film unless all parties are involved. They know they're being recorded, audio and video. That's a federal law. State law, if state law does not supersede, it does not try to overtake federal law, okay, the federal law allows it. But federal law, if it tries to supersede federal law, if it tries to overtake federal law, I don't even know if I butchered that word or not. Federal law is supposed to be, they're supposed to take precedent over state law. Okay, so if state law says you cannot listen to anybody's conversation, record anybody's conversation, that's government, private, or personal entities cannot do this, then they're breaking the law. They're breaking their own law because that's a federal law. Okay, so yeah, some of you guys' states may be different. I know a few people that said that that law has changed in their state, but not in California. Okay, which surprised me because California is a liberal-run state, but then again, they hide the truth within the lies. We're not recording you. See, the wiretap law says we're not recording you, but then they are recording you. You know what I mean? Under the radar. But then they say, oh no, we're not because we're not breaking the law. Law says we can't do that. Anyway, those familiar with the entire cache of Snowden leaked documents insist the most shocking, significant revelations are yet to come, and there are a lot we'll never know, according to the U.S. government. See, right there, they're telling us there's a lot. They're not saying they'll never know. They're saying we will never know. We will never tell you. See, look how that's worded. There's a lot we'll never know, according to the U.S. government. Snowden, a low level contract engineer, had very limited access and no knowledge about the crown jewels of the NSA surveillance program. What could those crown jewels be? Uh, 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 aren't you terrified to find out? Yeah, I'm terrified to find out, but I'm going to continue going down that rabbit hole. All right, let's move to the next one because I'm sure it's getting pretty long already. This is Huffington Post. Okay, 9 ways you're being spied on. This is put out in 2014. Okay, this is where it talks about casino and banks. You're more than welcome to pause this and read it. I'm trying to keep it as short as possible. See, and this again, this talks about the traffic and being monitored and everything. That's the cameras up there. That's what I keep trying to tell everybody, that these cameras right here, these cameras are not for the sensors for the camera, the lights. These are cameras to watch you. See, I don't know if you guys have them where you're at, but where I live, they're called camera lights. And if you run a red light, they snap a picture of you. Okay, people have gotten so used to those that they don't see these as being the cameras. These are sensors. No, these are not sensors. These are cameras. They may have sensors on them, but they are cameras. They are to record you every step of the way, everything you're saying, everything that you're doing. They have video, they have audio, they have night vision. Okay? See, sidewalks and public space cameras. Your car isn't the only thing being monitored on streets according to back. I don't know if I pronounced that right. The Department of Homeland Security has spent millions of dollars in high-tech video cameras that can monitor you as you walk down the street, says Beck. For instance, the ACLU reported from 2012 says the city of Chicago has access to 10,000 publicly and privately owned cameras through the city, and that downtown district, virtually every segment of the public way is under video surveillance. The NPR also reports that this is a growing trend of medium to small size cities or spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on surveillance cameras and software. And they make it sound like it's for our benefit, kind of like that Stevens guy, that Steve Steffens guy that killed his girlfriend. All right, and then right after that there was another shooting. They had a hard time finding him supposedly, but then right after that, and the shooting, I believe it was in New York, and they got the guy because the gunfire was picked up by the monitors that they have in the city, which is cool if that helps save lives, but that's not what it's designed for. It's not designed for that. The Big Brother have it designed for something completely different. Public transportation. Again, pause this and read it. I'm just trying to touch on it, keep it as short as possible. The Department of Homeland Security has funded installation of public bus video and audio surveillance in numerous U.S. cities, video cameras, and permitting, can't even talk, permitting our public spaces, says Stanley. We have seen more moves on a bus to put microphones on them. We don't think that's legal. It's not, unless there is a sign here. You have to post a sign, some way, shape, or form that you are being recorded. Okay, I got one right down my street from me. It says, "Smile, you're on camera." I have to know that I'm being recorded. Now I'm aware that I'm being recorded, so everything that I do within that area of that camera, I know can become public knowledge. But you cannot hide cameras and not tell people that you're recording them, audio or video, at least here in California. I don't know what your laws are, without their knowledge. You just can't. It's illegal. Um, when you use credit card and loyalty cards. While it's no secret that loyalty cards are intended to create repeat customers by offering exclusive benefits to the card holder, do you know that your purchase you make and or say make on it are are being tracked and analyzed as well? What you buy with credit and loyalty cards, that data is regularly sold and bundled with online browsing data, says ALOK. That way, an advertiser on Facebook can target you on who buys Cheetos, uh, uh, Malay, whatever the hell that is. I'm sorry if I just butchered that. For example, as he suspects, most card companies collect data after your personal shopping habits, citing Visa and Mastercard privacy policies that allow companies to perform data analysis unless you ex- explicitly ask them not to. I can't even talk on your phone. When you While it is not legal for governments to listen to contact private landlines or cell phones, which they do, if you're on the phone, and what it is they got keywords and they change them randomly all the time. If you have keywords, I'm sorry I'm talking so fast. I'm trying to get a lot of information in a short time. If you They change the keyword to say like sweet tea. All right. So when you're talking on the phone and you hear that click on your cell phone, okay, or on your regular phone, or any other thing that's connected to Wi-Fi or data, um, when you hear that click, that is the recording device coming on. Okay, and then they record you, and they say, "Oh, that's for Homeland Security to protect you a case of terrorist." Yeah, right. Conducted in the U.S., the National Security Agency is allowed to collect phone call media data, i.e., time, date, location, phone numbers of each party. Again, this goes back to what I said in my other video when that Steven Steffens killed her and he's making all that his girlfriend, he's making all these text messages and all these phone calls and all these other things, and people are calling him. Why couldn't they track him? Why? Did they have such a hard time finding him? Go back and watch my other video and then my live stream video that I put out that he killed himself. Supposedly. He's not dead. Okay? And it's all pieces of the puzzle, guys. That's why I always tell everybody. Yeah, you're not going to agree with everything I say or everything anybody else says, but take little bits of information, put them in the back of your mind, write them down, whatever you need to do, remember them, and then you'll see other things that you're like, whoa, that's what that means. Oh, that coincides with this. That makes sense. When before it didn't make sense or it looked like it was a joke. Okay, anyway, of each party. See, it collects data from each party, not just one, but both. So they like if you're on a private call with, say, like on Facebook Messenger, it's collecting data from both parties on that line. It's reading everything that's in your phone. It's reading everything you say, everything you show, everything you do. They are reading it. The National Security Agency, and on top of everything else. Okay, and then they put it in their cloud. Why do you think everything's going cloud? Even the gaming systems are going to cloud. Save your games on cloud. Save this on cloud. Save it on cloud. Save your space on your computer. Save your space on your PS4. Save your space on your Xbox. Save your space on your phone. Save your space. Save. And people buy into it. It's because if you willingly save it on the cloud, you willingly give the okay for them to go through your files, because that's part of the agreement. Now it becomes public knowledge. They can now use it for whatever they want because it breaks their terms of contact, their terms of conditions. That's why their terms of conditions are always changing, and it's always changing to fit them, like Google and YouTube and Twitter and MySpace and Facebook and everything. It's all changing. And yes, MySpace is still a thing. Okay, both parties, and has been doing so since 2001, says Becca. However, the NSA, it's funny. These every time I get into these topics, the frickin' my phone goes off and it's the X Files. However, the NSA can legally listen in on your conversation if you're talking about someone who's out of the country. Okay. Cell phones reveal your location, and companies want to retain and use that information, says Stanley. There is no reason that should be allowed to exploit that. Okay? Then you got your TVs. Again, sorry this is so long. Then you got your TVs, okay, with all these smart TVs that are coming out nowadays. And I've talked about this before in private with some of you guys, and I've even talked about it in some of my streams and in my videos. These smart TVs that are coming out. Uh, Sony has one coming out called speakerless TV. Okay, that's so there's no speaker. It comes through the screen. So if they can put something out, they can bring something in. Think about that. Okay, and it's also a way to put waves into your brain. I know that just sounds like I needed a tinfoil hat, but put waves into your brain, part of like HARP and stuff like that. That's been proven on Jesse Ventura's conspiracy theory and different things like that. That can HARP can do that. That sounds like that's part of LRAD, and then you got a couple other things. And this is a video I'm still working on to make. But anyway, that they can hack into your TV, and your that's why it's got to be connected to Wi-Fi. They can hack into your smart TV and open up the lens and watch and listen to everything you say. Look it up. It's been proven. Okay, and okay. While you watch TV, it is not so distant future. Your couch potato time may become public experience. There is technology that is built into your so-called smart TVs, which will allow cable companies or potentially the government to watch you through your television, says Baca. To that, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. To date, however, it is not being used for that purpose. Okay, but it is now. I can guarantee it is now. That's again why it's got to be connected to Wi-Fi, because they can't control air, they can't manipulate it. So it has to be connected into Wi-Fi so they can control it, they can manipulate it, they can hack it. On the slightly less creepy end of the spectrum, Nelson is currently permitted to and does sell TV watching habit data from the household. It monitors such says ALOK. It can be used to target ads to you. Nelson said Webb's site promotes the company wide search researching data collection methods. We measure more than 40% of the world's viewing behavior. Hundreds of channels, thousands of programs, and millions of viewers, allowing clients to plan programming and advertising for their ideal audience. And we all know that a lot of Hollywood is tied in with the elite. So channels puts out movies and TV shows, mainly put out by usually specific uh, uh, writers, specific producers, uh, so on and so on. Thinking about that. And then here's the sitting at the computer. As report, I'll just let you read that, but that's why I put a tape on my webcam. Okay, but hackers and predators aren't the only culprits. Let's see here. A report in a Rawson Reports segment on Tuesday or on the Today Show in 2013 is shockingly easy for a hacker to plant viruses on your computer, allowing criminals remote access to the webcam, to watch you and your microphone, to hear you on your computer. Clicking on a strange link you don't recognize within the email could be access point for the virus. But hackers do not and predators aren't the only culprits. It is recently reported that the FBI can access your webcam in a remote fashion. They can turn in it on if they want as well, says Bach. According to the recent Wired article, the NSA has specialized spy tools called Gumfish that can commandeer cameras on affected computers to take photos and record conversations from unexpected private citizens. Okay. Now I know Huffington Post is liars and shit like that. Okay, I get that, but they would not be making these strong accusations about the NSA, about the FBI, about all these other companies and government agencies if they weren't fact. They could be sued for defamation of character and do jail time for the very minimum of treason to the United States. Think about that, people. And this article is done in 2013. Okay, I'll let you just read the sending, receiving emails. Go ahead and pause it. Read it for yourself. So I'm trying to keep this short. I got a lot of stuff I'm trying to go over. All right, so there's that. All right, so I think we already did Big Brother. Um, this is Orwell. George Orwell. He predicted. Well, he knew what was going on, not predicted. He knew what was going on way back when. Uh, it was in, let's see here, in 1984, he wrote this book, and it says Big Brother is a fictional character, which is not a fictional character, and a symbol in George Orwell's novel 1984. He is abstinently the leader, most likely a symbolic figurehead of Oceania, um, a totalitarian state wherein the ruling party wields the total power for its own sake over the inhabitants. And there's another article where I looked up, okay, it's the very next one. I looked up that keyword there, and it says right here, in a government that uh, can't even talk, in a government that subordinates its individual to the state and strictly controls all aspect of life by conversing measures, syndromes, uh, totalitarian regime, type of authority, government regime, and organization that is in the government's governing authority of the political unit, which is exactly what Big Brother is. Okay, so let's go to the next one here. Okay, now I found these by accident one day. I knew about Google Glass, and we'll get into that. That's what this is here, Google Glass. But they've actually got them to where you can buy them online. You can buy them on eBay, actually fairly cheap, and they look like sunglasses. Some companies are more expensive, $159, but I've saw them for you can get like 15, 20 bucks. And they've got a lens in them, and you can't see the lens. They've got ones that are reading glasses, and they go right here in the corner of the glass. The camera does the in the corner of the frame, and you can't even see them. They've also got pins as well, and I'll show you those. The Google Glass um, is a real thing, and what it is you put these over your glasses, and they record, and you can say, "Go, okay, Google Glass," or "Okay, Google." What you're brainwashing us to believe do with the Google speech, where you can go, "Okay, Google." They're brainwashing us to get ready for this technology, to get us all used to being recorded at all times. So they can do it, and we don't think nothing about it. All right. Um, but it records video. It takes pictures. It does. You can post it on your media, but just talking, you can do whatever you want. Majority, you can do majority of whatever you want, and it saves it again to the cloud, to their cloud. Okay. They've also got Google Contacts as well, and I had a discussion with this about somebody. Let's see here. Google Glass is an optical headband mounted display designed to shape of a pair of eyeglasses. It was developed by X, previously Google X, and you can look this up, do a bunch of watch the videos. You can actually go on their they have an actual YouTube channel. Google Glass does. All right, here's Google Glass. I typed in where does it store it. Again with the X files. Google Glass, as it says. Let's see here. Just like photos, you can use the voice action to start video recording and says, OK, Glass. Record a video. You'll see a live view of your display with your current recording and time counter. For your video recording, to continue recording, tap the touchpad at the extended video. Let's see here, sharing pictures. Let's see here. Okay, here's the Google Contacts. Okay, and this is the Google Contact Lens here, and how they work is they're called Smart Glass, and how they work is you blink your eye. A certain amount of times it turns it on. You blink it a certain amount of times it pauses it. A certain amount of times it turns it off. All right. Well, I've had people raise, well, wouldn't you see them? Well, yes and no. If you got a dark color eye, then no. Like mine, I got a brown eye. You wouldn't necessarily see it. But if you were, you can very easily say, and I'm sure you've all seen them before, the um, the contact lenses that you don't need, that people don't need for seeing. They're just decorations in almost every store, and you can easily say that's what that is. You can easily say, oh, it's just a cyber optic or cyborg contact lens. It's not a big deal, blah, blah, blah. Well, why are you blinking your eye so much? Oh, I got something in my eye, or maybe the contact lens is irritating my eye. People can record you so easy these days. And not only that, but it goes to Google Cloud, which gives them instant access to it to where they can watch and listen everything you've just recorded. Okay? Whether you're doing it maliciously or not, you just gave them instant access to everything in your life. Worse than they already have. And if they're malicious, people can be recording you and live streaming you without you even knowing it. Because now, back when I was younger, it was a camera up on your shoulder or holding this big old clunky camera. Not today. Okay? They got real-time Google Earth. Another thing, I had my landlord tell me about this actually, and somebody he knows told him about it, and it's an app. It's a paid app. I haven't seen it, but I've heard that it does exist. But that's another thing, and that it's called here. See, it's a Google Chrome is required to run Google Earth, the new Google Earth. Let's see here, live satellite view for Android, free download software reviews. Um, we love Google Earth, right? How doesn't like to zoom in our homes and towns? The live streaming is very, very dangerous on Google Earth. Very dangerous because before a criminal had to get in front of your house, then they had to, watch and see when you were leaving, when you were coming, and you know, uh, then now they just get on their computer, type in your address, they see where you're coming and going, and your times and who all lives there and who all don't live there, and then now they know when to come in. Okay, it's a very scary thing, so be careful, guys. Here we go. Live satellite images. This is the one I was looking for. Google sightings can exclusively reveal a major new feature, Google Earth Live. This was in 2007. Using live satellite mode, I created a screen capture of cars driving down a road, which can be seen in an animated thumbnail below. That's this here. Okay. That wasn't that. It's already available because my landlord was telling me about it. Let's see here. All right, here's the Google glasses are the glasses that I was telling you about that are spy glasses. Um, they look just like normal glasses. You can't see a camera on them, and they're $49 for that one, $41 for that one, $30 for that one. Those are sunglasses. I've seen them. I was gonna buy a set to do recording, $1.17 for that one. My son just bought a pin that looks just like a pin, and they look just like sunglasses. Matter of fact, I saw a pair of sunglasses like this on a security officer at Food Max, and I didn't know there was a camera. He showed me there was a camera, and told me I'm not supposed to tell you that, but you seem like a cool dude, and he was showing me the camera on his lens, and it was right in between the lenses right here, and I didn't know there was a lens there until he pointed it out, and I'm pretty damn observant. Here's the pins. They fully operate. They write. They're writing pins. $14, $21, $12, $23. So the next time, what I mean, be careful, guys. You just don't know. Somebody could be recording you. And that, like this one here, it comes with the USB cable so they can plug it into their laptops and download it right off the thing. My son's got one, and he said it works pretty good. I think he paid like $10 for it off of Wish. Okay? And he said it does pretty good video and audio. This not only is it giving bad people the ability to be able to record people and live stream people and make up fake shit, especially if they know how to edit properly, but it's also getting us brainwashed to accept this private recording of anything and everything. So we don't think twice about them doing it, about the government, not the elite necessarily, not the government, the elite, the powers that be. Okay? Then we'll go into this here. This is an actual CNN. And again here, if you watch the end of this video, they're brainwashing us again to accept being recorded all the time. And you'll understand what I'm saying in a second. But look at that. Webcam animals, $29. All right, bear with me. We're almost done here, guys. I got 3 videos I want to show you. And then I've got some Twitter pictures, screenshots I want to show you. The new Twitter thing they're doing. They're showing their Big Brother cards. And then I'm going to show you, think, Chris, some apps that I have that I've found on iPhone and the same ones that I found on Android. And they are apps where you can pretty much go on private cams and public cams and watch things in real time. So anyway, how to spot hidden cameras. This is CNN. So it's public domain. This is made out in public, so I am very used to use it.
They look like everyday objects, a lamp, a clock, radio, an iPod docking station. But when you look closer, they have hidden cameras inside, tiny, unnoticeable.
The camera lens is right here, and it's usually pointing up.
And I have no idea that there's a camera there. There's nothing about this that suggests anything is videoing me.
They can provide an extra layer of security.
The ones that tell me what they're doing with the cameras are going to be the people that are wanting to either keep an eye on their sitter, their nanny.
And we've all seen how hidden cameras can help the good guys in movies like Mission Impossible.
There's a camera built right into the bridge. Whatever you see, it sees, and then it transmits it back here.
But some end up where they shouldn't be.
I recently heard one that the guy had a pin camera that he got that's, I guess it was motion activated. He set it up in a gym bag and took it in, I think, maybe in YMCA or something.
They're relatively affordable. These cost a few $100, and technology is making smaller and more sophisticated ones all the time. Some even broadcast their video wirelessly over the internet. So how can you tell if there's a hidden camera where you are? Technology can help with that, too.
This is actually a low-cost camera finder.
Private investigator Brian Curry runs a spy shop near Atlanta. He sells the cameras, but he also helps people watch out for them.
I'm seeing a big, bright, red, blinking dot right there, and it's telling me there's a camera on me.
Some more sophisticated detectors can even seek out wireless camera signals.
You can see it's actually scanning the frequencies. And
so what we're
right
seeing here is picking up all these, lots of different cameras in here?
Well, yeah, it's pulling up. That's going to be the flower pot camera that we had on earlier.
It's technology versus technology, potentially giving people the tools to invade your privacy, but also giving you a chance to catch them.
End of privacy. I have to tell you, I'm not that uneasy with cameras being on all over the place.
I know. By the way, look where we are. We're surrounded by cameras right now. But
But see right here, they're trying to. This is what I mean by brainwashing you to believe that just accept it, just follow along, be good sheep, accept it. See, they're coming out and saying, "Oh, we're surrounded by cameras. It's no big deal. We're used to this." Yeah, because you know you're being filmed, you jackass.
We're used to this. I mean, this is our reality.
This is some kind of a control room. This is like mission control.
Look over here. See, zoom in over there. Spy Cam 1,
Wow.
Spy Cam 2, Spy Cam 3, this is our life, right?
Is this legal?
Here's the thing.
I mean, I assume when the police do it, it's legal, but I guess some people don't even make that assumption.
Well, actually, I mean, a lot of these can be illegal, and you need to protect yourself that way, too.
Right.
There are different laws in different states. There's something called expected privacy. Basically, if you have a reasonable expectation of privacy in some place, like a changing room, like he mentioned, obviously there shouldn't be a camera there. So check your state laws, and there are things you can do about it if you've been violated that way. Yeah.
All right, and have we got jamming devices or things like that we can use?
Yeah, there's jamming devices as well. There are. So you got these detectors that'll beep, that'll vibrate, that'll show you what the images are, and there are other kinds as well that you can go if you want to get more sophisticated.
Right.
That sometimes can actually get in the way of those images as well. So there's ways to protect yourself, but you have to be suspicious in the first place, and that's the key. You got to think, ooh, I think I might. You know, it's not just going to automatically show up because these things blend in with everything else.
See, I told you guys you can never be too paranoid enough. He just said it. See truth within the lies. You got to be suspicious in the first place. Can never be too paranoid, actually, to be honest with you.
So you just got to get one of these devices, check it out, and
What
see
if
if
you're
it's
just
there.
not naturally suspicious? It's not that suspicious a guy.
Well, most people aren't naturally suspicious.
That's the
which is
problem.
why they become
That's
susceptible.
why you're
And
here.
I'm not making you paranoid.
See, he just said it. Most people aren't naturally suspicious. And he goes, there's the problem. See, I'm naturally suspicious. I'm naturally, especially the further I go down this rabbit hole, the more suspicious I get, the more I'm paranoid about a lot of shit because I have good reason to be that way and to think this way and to question everything.
But those of you who are, now there's a device for you too.
Of privacy.
Oh, Lord.
I should have been the voice for that. Good to see you.
You see how he said that there? I'm not saying to be paranoid. After they just said that was the problem, that people weren't paranoid enough. See, it's just confusion. Let's confuse everybody. Do I be paranoid? Do I not be paranoid? What do I do?
You're awfully tall.
I know. He wants me to go like this when we're
That
on
would be
air
much
together.
better, right?
It's just
Just
so uncomfortable.
Better.
That's better. If you go to a shot like that, no one knows the difference.
There's another video here, another news network. It's legal to use. It's out there in free use, out there in public domain. How to identify hidden cameras in private places. This will kind of scare you guys.
A camera lens now is the size of a period at the end of a sentence. That's how small they make these things.
Detectives are investigating after hidden cameras were found in women's bathrooms at 3 locations in the Florida Keys. The miniature cameras were found inside coat hooks that look just like this one. Anyone can buy them online, and they're sold as home security devices. NBC2's Rachel Polanski joins us now live tonight after talking with a private investigator. Rachel, should we be concerned, especially as women?
The private investigator.
I love how they always do that. I know there's a 30-second delay and all that good stuff, or it could be even shorter or longer in their cases. But how they sit there and nod, yes, just keep nod. Like they're waiting, like they're gearing. I heard one channel say it like they're gearing up for an edit, like they expect an edit there in that spot, and that's why they, keep doing the same thing repetitively over and over and over and over again, so that when the person goes back to edit, it makes it easier for them to edit certain things out that may not want to be caught.
Says people shouldn't be concerned, but they should be aware. Most common spots for these hidden cameras are in hotel rooms, in dressing
Should
rooms.
not be concerned. Oh, no, damn well I should be concerned. I got not just Big Brother watching me, but then I got not perfect, but average day Joes that could be watching me and streaming me and videoing me, my personal and private life. Things I may not once said or did. Yeah, it's very alarming, and I should be worried about it and concerned.
Or in public bathrooms. And these cameras can be virtually anywhere, mounted on sinks, inside stalls, or on hooks, like we saw in the Florida Keys.
People need to have their privacy.
Convenience store shoppers were shocked when we told them miniature cameras were found inside public bathrooms.
Well, I think it's wrong.
Some said it never crossed their minds.
Never have. Not until now.
We stopped by 4 different gas stations in Collier and Lee County, and we didn't find any. But private investigator Carrie Kurtzky says they're out there.
All you do is insert a little micro SD card, and then you just take it out, pop it in a computer, and you have all your images.
And she says as technology advances, it's becoming easier for criminals to invade your
You
privacy.
just walk in, hang it up, walk out, and then go back a couple hours later and take it off.
But she says there are tools you can use to defend yourself, like the Spy Finder.
It's a very small device, fits in your purse, fits in your pocket.
So here we have a working clock radio, but there's a hidden camera
I
inside.
definitely need to get me one of those Spy Finders as soon as I can get some money coming in. I definitely need to get one of those, and I recommend everybody watching this get one and use it.
So where is it? Carrie Kurtzky let me borrow this Spy Finder, and here's how it works. You press this button, hold it up to your eye, and you see that red beam? You're gonna put it toward the device, and I'm looking for a red dot. There it is. The Spy Finder costs anywhere from $50 to $80. Kurtzky says if you're living alone, in a dorm, or you own a business, it may be worth the investment.
It's a good idea to go in there and periodically check yourself. That way, you know, you're not the one that's on the 6 o'clock news saying that there was a camera found in your establishment.
Not just on the 6 o'clock news, but where Big Brother is trying to expose you, especially when you do like I do and make me look bad, or try to fabricate something that is not true, or break up a marriage or anything else, because or a friendship or whatever, because the information was given falsely. It was edited together and things taken out and put in, and you didn't even know you were being recorded.
Well, they say there's an app for everything these days, so we looked into apps for identifying hidden cameras, and there are a few on the market. They cost about $5, but there are mixed reviews, so you definitely want to do your homework before purchasing one of these apps or the Spy Finder. Reporting live tonight, I'm Rachel Polanski, NBC2.
It's 7 a.m. from Fox 35. This is Good Day.
In today's Business Watch, more than 1 million Americans will unwrap an Xbox One this Christmas.
Yeah, some families probably have theirs already set up in the living room, but there are some problems here. One of the coolest features of the Xbox is also its most controversial. The Kinect camera and microphone are always on. Our tech guru, Tom Jelnick with On Target Web Solutions, is here to break it down for us this morning. Okay, Tom, I hear this microphone is so sensitive it can even hear a heartbeat. Is that right?
Isn't that amazing, John? I mean, the sensitivity on these new controllers is just amazing. So, yeah, it's picking up your heartbeat.
But if the camera is on, the microphone is on, I can see some problems here. Sounds like somebody could get a pretty good idea what's going on inside your house.
Yeah, John, let's just say you shouldn't be playing this game in your underwear anymore on the couch.
Yeah, who could turn? I mean, could you hack in and see what's going on inside the house? Is it that kind of computer?
Well, you know, there's always a potential for that. Anytime you have a device hooked up to your, to your internet or your modem, yeah, certainly there's a way that people could take this over and hack it. My biggest concern here is this thing is always on, and it's so sensitive, it can actually see you in the dark.
It can see in the dark?
Yes.
And obviously it's going to hear everything.
That's what I was telling you guys, some of you that I've talked privately with, in Google Hangouts and Facebook and stuff like that, that it's got night vision on it. Why do you need a gaming console with night vision? And don't tell me for low lighting. No. From my understanding, it is military grade night vision. I could be wrong on that, but from my understanding, from the stuff that I've seen, it's military grade night vision. Also, when Xbox first came out, Xbox One, that a hidden camera, when the Xbox very first came out, the Xbox One, when it very first came out, they wanted it had to be connected to the internet every 24 hours, and you had to have the Kinect. Well, a bunch of people threw a shit fit, and those no longer, they're like, well, what if we're in the military stationed? What if for this? What if for that? And so Xbox took that away. But then Xbox had a little camera within the Xbox One itself. I don't know if it's still there or not, but I can't find the report. I've looked for it before I made the video. And but some little girl got recorded naked just getting out of the shower, and she got recorded because her dad left the Xbox One on. And the video ended up surfacing on the internet, and the guy sued Xbox. And then Xbox came out with a new version of the Xbox. Supposedly, this is not 100% ironclad. I'm just saying. That's what I've heard as far as the girl being recorded. But yeah, why do you think that they have now the rest modes on Xbox One and the PS4s and stuff like that? And they sell it as, oh, that's for uh, that's so your DLC and your updates update in the background while you're gone at work, in bed, whatever. You just get on and play because everybody's played the older school games like PS3, Xbox 360, stuff of that nature. Especially with bad internet, you had sometimes a massive wait to download a DLC or to download a game or to download a update, and so they sell it as that. But why do you think that is? Because if it's in rest mode and connected to the internet, they can hear and see everything you say and do on those cameras. Everything. I've got mine in my bedroom. So if I kept that camera plugged in all the time and it's in rest mode, they can video and audio and record, or even possibly live stream anything in my bedroom going on, including mine and my wife's adult time. Just saying. So, this is the invasion of privacy that Big Brother does and other people do outside of Big Brother, but they're no different than Big Brother because they're still doing the same thing. It's for their gain. So anyway, let's get back to this video.
Inside the house. We've heard these stories before about the parents that have the baby monitors. Right. That you can detect those if you have another baby monitor. Is the same kind of situation here? Could somebody with the scanner drive down the street and hear what's going on inside your house?
Yeah, there's always a potential for that, but the most important thing here is, how as a parent do you make sure that your kids stay safe and that they're having conversations with the right folks while they're playing these games? So, that's really kind of what we have to start paying attention to as parents is how are we going to keep this stuff safe.
Are there ways to turn off the web or turn off the camera, turn off the microphone?
Yeah, so you can certainly disconnect this thing, but a lot of the games actually depend and rely on it. So, one tip, if you're worried about it, turn the camera around, let it face the wall, or
Do not listen to that part. Unplug your PS4 or Xbox One camera unless you are using it. Any camera that's hooked to a laptop or a computer or anything else, if you can unplug the camera, unless you're using it, do so. And like on my, that's what I've got my PS4 camera is, and so does my son has his PS4 camera unplugged. If you, my PS3 camera I had for the same way. If you have a laptop where it's made into the computer, put tape on it. Put tape on the camera and put tape on the mic. There's also a second mic somewhere on the laptop. I got to find it because I've tested it, and it will record even if I have the other mic blocked. It'll record perfectly fine. So there's another mic somewhere on the actual base itself, not on the lid that lifts up where the camera is. So just be aware of that. If you're trying to cover up your camera and your microphones, make sure you've got all microphones covered, not just one. Because I do have two of them on here. Like right now, I've got my camera and my mic taped, and I could still pick up audio on my camera or on my laptop. So anyway, don't listen to that guy. If you can unplug it, unplug it.
Archaic, put a Post-it note on top of it so it covers off the camera.
I've also heard a lot of parents saying, I just have no idea what little Jimmy is doing in there. Maybe it's a good idea to have these video games out where everybody can see what's going on. That way, as a parent, you know what games are being played as well.
The best advice I think any parent can get out of this is to exactly what you just said, whether it's the computer, some of the TVs now come with these cameras. So all of the new devices coming into our homes, certainly being a parent and being diligent and watching what they're doing is mission critical here.
One other quote here. I like Xbox. They says customers should have, quote, no expectation of privacy when using the camera to Skype. I guess that's about the same.
Okay, Skype is Microsoft. Microsoft, we know, is owned by the government. If they're putting that right on the package, so if somebody tries to come at them and sue them and say, look, you recorded us during this or during that or during this, we're like, nope, it's right here. It's right here. It's right here on the contract. Do not expect it. That's their way, just like the other stuff we were talking about earlier in the video. We are giving them the okay to come into our lives and record us They say the same thing about the smart TVs and everything else. So once we plug them in, we hook them up, we have essentially signed a contract saying we know you're going to record us. We know you're going to listen to us. We know you're going to watch us. We know you're possibly going to live stream us by exactly what that guy just said right there on the Xbox box itself. The Xbox One says do not expect privacy during like stuff like Skype calls. I'm just saying, think about that.
With anything, if you're going to be on these devices, you have to expect that it's going to get out there to the world.
You know, John, it's the wave of the future. And like I said, you know, they're bringing televisions into your house that have these cameras attached. So it's always being wise, always being smart about what you're doing and paying attention and keeping your kiddos safe.
Be a parent. Tech guru Tom Jellick, On Target Web Solutions. Thanks, man. It was great to see you.
Good to see you guys.
All right, we got that all out of the way. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do. This takes a lot out of my day doing this stuff. I'm doing this trying to help you because there's a lot of people that just don't have their eyes open, or they're starting to open them, but they don't have enough facts and they don't know where to look. Or they found little bits and pieces, but they don't know what they mean. And so I make this kind of stuff to help you guys because I've researched this stuff for years and years and years. Not something I'm just now getting into. I've read and looked up and talked to people for most of my life on this kind of stuff. So anyway, I went to send a private message to a YouTube friend of mine on Twitter. We talked back and forth on Twitter outside of YouTube. And as soon as I send her the private message, this message pops up. We're updating our privacy policy. You'll soon start seeing more relevant tweets and ads based on your visit to the site. With Twitter content, we are also working with ad partners. Now you watch, these ad partners are going to be people that have ties with the elite and the that are well-known Big Brother corporations and stuff like that. You watch. Ad partners to improve the tailroad ads you already see, and we've given you even more control over your data. Okay, so that bottom part looks okay, cool. You're giving us more control over our data. Sweet. Well, if you go to the next one, this is, I went to see more settings because I just don't click on things and say yes on them without knowing what the hell I'm saying yes to. So if you read these, control your Twitter personalized content and collects the shares certain data. Personalized ads. If you select, if selected, you will see interest-based ads on and off Twitter. Okay, so how am I going to see Twitter-based ads on other things if you're not linked with other things, say like Facebook and MySpace and YouTube and different things like that? Think about that, guys. Really think about that. Personalized based on your apps. This should really concern you. If selected, Twitter will view and store the apps on your mobile device and help show you more relevant content. Twitter won't see any data from within the apps. Horse shit. You're giving them permission to search all the apps on your phone. And me, I automatically go through and think my picture apps. You know, the app that holds my pictures and my videos. What if I got pictures and videos on there I don't want you to see? I don't give a shit if they tell me they won't look. Bullshit. That's a lie. Personalize across all your devices. Twitter will always personalize across all devices you've used to log in. If you disable this setting, Twitter will forget that you have used other devices. See, it wants you to okay it, okay, to search other devices, to go through all your personal files, all your cache, all your cookies, all your web browsing history, all that. Listen to how these things are worded, people. It wants you to say, yes, I give you the okay to search my other devices because I want to make it easy. I want to just be able to click on the app and sign right in. I don't want to have it. I don't have to re-add a password or email or anything. I want just to be able to easy access, click right in, and that's the problem. They're making us lazy, and then depending on that laziness to be able to get into our back door. Personalized, uh, personalized based on the places you've been. We all know that from Google. It's what Google does. Twitter always uses some information like where you've signed up and your current location to help show the more relevant content. This setting lets Twitter personalize based on other places you've been. So it tracks you. This is all Big Brother. The whole all of it, every single bit of it. It tracks you, every movement. Just like Google, just like Facebook does the same thing now. It's all part of Big Brother. So let's go to the next one. All right. Tracking where you see Twitter content across the web. Twitter uses this data to personalize your experience. This web browsing history will never be stored with your name, email, or phone number. Bullshit. They all want us to be so into saving everything on the cloud. You honestly don't think they word it to get into the door. Anyway, share data through selected partnerships. This setting lets Twitter share certain private data, which will never include your name, email, or phone number, through selected partnerships. Okay, now listen to this next part. See, they screwed up on this part. Or they didn't think people were going to read it. Partners have agreed not to link your email, name, phone number, or data shared through these partnerships without first getting your consent. Okay, well, wait a minute. If you're not going to gather this stuff and save it, and you're not going to share it with the partners, then why do the partners need our consent to share the information they never received to begin with? Think about that, people. Open your eyes. Unplug from the matrix of lies. I know this video is long, and I appreciate you guys staying this long. But think about that. Why would they say they're not going to gather the information and save it? They're not going to gather certain information, phone numbers, emails, contacts, what have you, but then they're going to turn around and share they're not going to share that with the partners, but then these same partners have to get the okay to share this content that they never received. Well, then why would they need to get our content our okay if they never have the content? They would have to get okay from us to get the content, but they didn't word it that way. They worded it. They have to get the okay to share the content. Wake up, people. Please wake up. See your Twitter data. Review and edit your profile information and data associated with your account. Okay. This is the next screenshot I took. I disabled it. As you can see up here on the very top, I disabled it. When I disabled it, this popped up. Are you sure? Turning this off makes the tweets and ads you see less relevant. In other words, if we're into video gaming, if we're into politics, if we're into paranormal, if we're into whatever, all right, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is you have, you kitty cats, I don't care. Whatever you're into. If you turn the Big Brother feature off, now you're no longer going to get tweets and ads that have to do with what you're interested in. Now they're going to be tweets and ads that have nothing to do with what you're interested in. So now you're not going to be able to get the information that you want or that you need. Or if your friends post things on Facebook or whatever, that's all to me going to be bundled into one. Maybe not the last one, but it's to me, I think it will be. It's going to be harder to get your friends post if they're based on the same stuff that you post about and what you're interested in. It's going to end up burying those posts. So now you're not the tweets. So now you're not going to see the tweets as much from your friends or people that you follow on Twitter. And Facebook is doing the exact same thing. So let's go ahead and close this down. All right, guys, as you see there, and anybody that's talked to me in private knows, I block my camera. My camera is not going to be visible to anybody without me using it. So now I'm going to show you these apps that I have on my phone, and there's several of them. All right. And they are, I don't know if you could see them there, live camera viewer, web camera online, and I think that's it. That's it. Okay. Now, These are real-time cameras. Okay, there's a search button here, and you can search locations and I believe addresses, and if they happen to have a camera available, then you can view it. Let's see here. Here is as you see, still the same app, and this is a real-time live view of a camera that appears to be in some kind of pet store. See how the cat's walking? No really hesitation or anything else like that. No, people know they're gonna be recorded or whatever for their business, for their boss to look at, make sure nobody's stealing things or anything else like that. But why do I get to have access to this stuff? And if I have this stuff, what does Big Brother have? Okay, keep that in mind. Whatever they're letting us have and use is trash to them. Or they're just giving us just enough to keep us occupied staring at our phones and staring at our laptops and staring at whatever, so we're not really looking at the truth. Why do you think they got front-facing cameras on the phones? And then they got a speaker here on the bottom. See that little speaker? Not the jack, but the speaker there, right there. And then they got one on the front, or on the top rather. That's so you get 360 view and 360 audio. No matter which way you turn your phone, you get good audio and good video. Well, they do. Let's look at, let's see, Tokyo, Japan. Here's Tokyo, Japan. That's what that's a street camera. Now I'm sitting here looking at Tokyo, Japan, viewing a street camera, and those poor saps that are walking down there, unless their eyes are open like mine and some of yours, they have no idea they're being watched. None whatsoever. Okay, I've watched these where people were in pools, like in Hawaii or something, in a pool, and they'll be two people, girl and a guy, and the guy will swim up to the girl, and the girl will be sitting on the edge, and the guy will be getting all frisky with her, and I'm sitting there watching it. No sexual thing is done, or boobs are shown, or any private parts or anything else like that. And then the guy will swim away and what have you, and I'll turn it off and whatever. But do you see my point? Why should I be able to have access to that kind of stuff? Okay? Why? First of all. Second of all, if I have that ability, so does the government. And I've proven, I hope I have proven all the way through this video, Big Brother is real. People are recording you and live streaming you and without your permission. The NSA and the CIA and the elites, the Illuminati and stuff like that, even hackers are hacking into your computers and getting access to your webcams, to your files, to everything. You have to take extra precaution, be that extra paranoid. If you don't know somebody, be paranoid. When it comes to any kind of electronic, especially when it's hooked to Wi-Fi, be paranoid, because you never know. Anyway, I've got to edit this together now and edit a few parts out where I kept getting interrupted. So anyway, sorry it was so long. It's over an hour because the other one was about 45 minutes and this one's 36 minutes. So it's been well over an hour. If you guys have made it this far, thank you. Rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section below if you've encountered any of this, what you think of any of this. Respectfully, don't be an ass. And, let me know if you made it all the way through the video. And remember, me doing videos this long, it takes a long time. If you're a video creator, you know this. Even a 20, 30-minute video takes forever to shoot, to edit if you're going to edit it, add things in, take things out. It takes a long time. And then you've got your personal life that you got to run around, and you're answering phone calls, and you're taking kids places, and you're going places. And if you got a job, you're going to doing a job. This takes time, people, especially when you're trying to gather facts all together and make them credible facts, not just throwing out shit willy-nilly to get subs and views and likes and, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. You know what I mean? Credible facts that you can back up. This takes a long time, whether it's this kind of stuff or it's paranormal or anything else. It takes a long time to get facts or to get things that are the truth. And that's why I don't have a whole lot of paranormal videos up right now. I don't have the way to get around to get more paranormal activity, or I would. So I can only bring to you what I catch. Even if I see it, if I can't record it, then it's not going to do no good for me or for you. So anyway, rate, comment, subscribe. Use all my links in the About Me section. And again, much love, and I appreciate you guys sticking with me this long. Not just the length of this video, but the length of my the channel. The ones that have been here for a while, and the ones I've become really good friends with. Thank you for your friendship. I really appreciate it. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys, and I will see you on the next one.